Today, I want to touch different topics. The first one has to do with the shortage of hospitality talent that several countries are finding. I ran a survey a couple of weeks ago. I ran a poll on LinkedIn and over 100 votes. I got the results in here. You can see them. 57% of the voters thought that it was more likely for governments to be more flexible when it comes to attracting foreign and cheaper talent than the companies increasing the wages, which shows around 43% of people think that. And it's been in the press for several weeks now, the fact that, especially in the UK and the States, there's a shortage of talent. The challenge is not the lack of people, because there is talent in the countries, it has more to do with the conditions offered by employers. Some companies, especially in the States, are being more flexible, adding signing bonus or different perks to try to make it more attractive, but still they find it very, very challenging. Now, even in Spain, with a very high unemployment rate, some companies are finding it difficult to find people because the conditions they offer are not what job seekers are looking for. Now, on the other hand, the other topic I want to touch about today, it's the fact that large companies are asking their employees to go back to the office. Not all of them. So it was news in the UK this week because Deloitte UK, which has more than 20,000 employees, has told them that they don't really need to come back to the office ever again, which was a big shock because just a few weeks earlier, the CEO of Goldman Sachs told the staff that he's expecting them to go back to the office within the next few weeks. Now, on a study published by Savills, I'll leave you a picture here and you have the link on the comments. It shows the different factors, how that affect the likelihood or not for the workforce to go back to the office. You see mainly old school sort of companies, let's say banks, insurance, etc., which are asking staff to go back as soon as possible, most likely by the end of the summer, latest September this year, when other companies are being more flexible. Still, companies like Apple are facing a backlash with the staff where they're asking for more flexibility. That's kind of hybrid work where you can work 2-3 days from home and the rest from the office. It can enable a more flexible lifestyle. And that can have a ripple effect on the way talent is searched and hired. If you have two different kind of companies, one making you go to the office Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and on the other hand, you have companies offering you part or full flexibility when it comes to going to the office or not, top talent will have that option to decide if they go from one to the other. So unless the offer from the one asking for presentism in the office is much more attractive, more and more people will go for the companies that are offering more flexible options. This week I've run another poll on LinkedIn. I'll leave you the results here. Around 100 votes as well. 88% voters expect companies to be more flexible when it comes to working conditions against the 12%, which are to believe that nothing will change and everything will be the same. Now, why am I linking the hospitality staff shortage and the way people are going to go back to the offices? Because those thousands and millions of employees going to offices are the ones using restaurants, bars, flights, and hotels. And if they're not going to the office, they're not commuting. There will be less coffees, less restaurants, less meals, and less hotel stays, and also less flights. Now, focusing on the hotels, many city hotels, they rely a lot on the corporate events, which are turning to hybrid, which means less people attending face-to-face, therefore less room nights needed. That's one. Then you have less people traveling for work to certain meetings that are being done remotely, and again means less flights and therefore less hotels. So there's a paradox here because on one hand, you have staff demanding better conditions. And on the other hand, you have many businesses which cannot continue operating the way they were operating. And you can see it with certain restaurants which have popped up, this kind of dark kitchens, the delivery concept, that changed and evolved very quickly during the pandemic. Hotels might not have changed or might not have had the time to evolve that quickly, but technology has evolved. Now you have guests checking in, checking out, getting the invoice by themselves. You have technology to operate kiosks, your breakfast can be self-served. You have more and more robots and software helping customers. So is that all that stuff that is claiming better conditions really needed? And I know it's a difficult question, but it needs to be asked. Is the hospitality workforce evolving at the right pace, keeping up with the evolution that the industry has seen in the last 18 months? Because after the pandemic, in a few months, when people is allowed to travel again and things sort of normalize, we will really see the impact on the weight of leisure travel, which I believe is going to go up very, very quickly, and corporate travel, which is going to stagnate. And certain roles will not be needed. And only the staff that is really flexible, that can multitask and can switch quickly and evolve and learn and relearn will be the ones succeeding. So we have to ask ourselves, are we in the industry the ones willing to change, to evolve, to adapt to the new environment, where less office space is being used, where less restaurants and coffees and flights and hotels are being utilized? Can we reshape our roles and evolve and embrace technology and understand that technology is not there to take away my job, but to help me? Will I be that person making an impact, a positive impact on the guest stay? If I am that person, then my job will be there waiting for me, and I'll be able to demand better conditions. Because if I'm not willing to change and I want to continue doing my check-ins and my check-outs and keeping the queue in there and not investing in technology, maybe my job is not waiting for me anymore. And I'm no one to claim better conditions. So I think they have to go hand by hand. And the fact that less and less people is going to the offices, and there will be less commute, more people working from home, and therefore less need for many hospitality outlets, especially in the big cities, represent a challenge for many people in the industry. So we have to be realistic and understand that the same as the office environment is changing very fast, and top talent can really decide where they go to work, hospitality is also changing very fast. And only the ones who are willing to change and adapt to the new environment will be the ones succeeding. And they will also, within the hospitality industry, be able to demand better conditions, the same as people in the offices are claiming, because they will show that they have adapted and they're needed because they are having a positive impact on clients. Thank you for watching. We'd love to have your comments, your feedback, open up a conversation. I think it's a very hot topic. It'll be great to get your opinion. Thanks.